That Lord Shiva pretended to be an honest person means that Shiva was dishonest because, in spite of accepting the position of Daksha's son in law, he was not respectful to Daksha. Text number 12. गृहीत्व मृग सावाक्ष्य पानिं मर्कटलोचनः प्रत्युत्थानभि प्रत्युत्थानाभिवादार्हे वाचाप्याकृतनोचितम् गृहीत्व मृग सावाक्ष्य पानिं पानिं मर्कटलोचनः प्रत्युत्थानभिवादार्हे वाचाप्याकृतनोचितम् गृहीत्व मृगसावाक्ष पानिं मर्कटलोचनः प्रत्युत्थानविवादार्हे वाचाप्याकृतनोचितम्. Synonyms: गृहीत्वा, taking, mriga shava, like a deer cub, akshayaha, offer who has eyes, panim, the hand, markata, of a monkey, lochanaha, he who has the eyes, pratyuthana, of rising from one's seat, abhivada, the honor, arhe, to me, who deserves, vacha, with sweet words, api, even, akritana, he did not do, uchitam, honor. Translation: He has eyes like a monkey's. Yet he has married my daughter, whose eyes are just like those of a deer cub. Nevertheless, he did not stand up to receive me, nor did he think it fit, nor did he think it fit to welcome me with sweet words. Text number 13. लुप्तक्रियाय सूचये मानिने भिन्न सेतवे अनिच्छमपि अप्यदां भालं शूद्रयो वशितं गिरं वसतीं गिरं लुप्तक्रियाय सूचये मानिने भिन्न सेतवे अनिच्छम अपि अप्यदां भालं शूद्रयो वसतीं गिरं लुप्तक्रियाय सूचये मानिने भिन्न सेतवे अनिच्छम अप्याधाम भल भालाम शूद्रयो वशतीं गिरम. Synonyms: लुप्तक्रियाया, not observing rules and regulations, अशुचये, Ashuchaye, impure, Manine, proud, Pinna Setave, having broken all rules of civility, Anichan, not desiring, Api, although, Adham, handed over, Balam, my daughter, Sudraya, unto a Shudra, Iva as Ushatim Giram, the message of the Vedas. Translation: I had no desire to give my daughter to this person who has broken all rules of civility. Because of not observing the required rules and regulations, he is impure, but I was obliged to hand over my daughter to him just as one teaches the messages of the Vedas to a Sudra. Purport: A Shudra is forbidden to take lessons from the Vedas because Shudra, due to his unclean habits, is not worthy to hear such instructions. This restriction that unless one has acquired the Brahmanical qualifications, one should not read the Vedic literatures, is like the restriction that a law student should not enter a law college unless he has been graduated from all lower grades. According to the estimation of Daksha, Shiva was unclean in habits and not worthy to have the hand of his daughter Sati, who was so enlightened, beautiful, and chaste. The word used in this connection is Binna Setave, which refers to one who has broken all the regulations for good behavior, but by not following the Vedic principles. In other words, according to Daksha, the entire transaction of the marriage of his daughter with Shiva was not in order. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चाक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरौ श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौरङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So we are in this chapter titled Daksha curses Lord Shiva. We have seen Maitreya Muni was presenting this instance of a curse which Daksha has made to Lord Shiva. This is the whole story and the story behind why uh, Lord Shiva was not invited to the. There was a question by Vidura in the previous chapter that why Lord Shiva was not invited to the great sacrificial ceremony that was performed by Daksha. So in that context, Maitreya Muni was explaining what happened before that instance, and here also, um, demigods demigods they have congregated to perform a very big sacrifice or to perform a sacrifice um, in the presence of all the great personalities from all over the universe, right? And the greatest personalities that were present in that sacrifice were Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. Uh, so Lord Brahma, Shiva, and Vishnu are considered to be the maintainers and the creators and the destroyers of this universe. So they always will have the higher seat. They always will have that respect, and they're considered to be the um, to be the greatest of this universe, material universe. So that's where when for the sacrifice, Lord Brahma was there, Shiva was there. So they were given their positions and they were there. And according to the um, orders of Brahma, Daksha Prajapati was made as a Yajaman. Yajaman is the person who performs that sacrifice or who leads that sacrifice, or the person um, who takes the responsibility of that sacrifice, right? So we have many, for example, if there is a president of the country, president will have multiple departments, right? And maybe some security department, let's say. So the security department head may be, president may call upon the department of the security and ask them to give the brief of the country's security. Then that head is head for the security only, not for the whole country, or not for the president or the vice president of the country. So if that head of the security thinks that he is the head and he can speak whatever he wants to speak on that meeting, that's not going to be accepted, right? So this is the situation that has happened. So we know that Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva are the heads of this universe, and because Prajapati is the head of the progenitors, and he has created so much of progeny in this world. Brahmaji has offered a Yajman position to Prajapati Daksha, and Daksha was when he entered. We have seen that in the previous verses. When he entered, there was so much of lustre, and all the demigods stood up, and they paid obeisances to Daksha. But except two people, Brahma and Shiva, they didn't get up, or they didn't have to pay obeisances to him because they're elder and they're in their positions, right? So Um, Brahmaji, even though he's a father of Daksha, he glorified Daksha Prajapati when he entered, but Shivji didn't get up or he didn't glorify. So it um, already Daksha was not happy uh, marrying his daughter to Lord Shiva. So that's what he's bringing up here. So if you see here, his points were Yashame Shishyatam Prapto Enme Duhitir Agrahit Panim Vipragni Muktaha Savitriya Iva Sadhuvat. So he has already accepted himself my subordinate. Daksha Prajapati is mentioning that because Shiva has married his daughter Sati Devi, how he is subordinate to me, right? Let's say if there is a um, Yeah. Let's say if there is a meeting, and again, let's go back to the previous example of the country and the president, the vice president, and the head of the security, right? Let's say the head of the security is old and he has a daughter, and the president of the country is his son-in-law, right? So when the head of the security enters, the president doesn't have to pay obeisances or talk about or get up and receive him or something because president as a position. So this is not the personal event that is happening there. The first thing that we have to consider here is like it's not the inter-family wedding or inter-family ceremony or inter-family some kind of fun activity going on here. This is a big stage. This is a stage of responsibilities. You're presenting this security situation of the country to the whole assembly of people there, right? Similarly, here also. That was in the example, but here in this instance, it is a sacrificial arena where a lot of people were like all big positions, all people with their positions and different from different parts of this universe, they have assembled there to perform a sacrifice for the benefit. I mean, for the benefit of the humankind. It's not their person. It's not Daksha's family event. Like maybe like with all his 16 daughters and other people. Like it's not like that. It's not a personal event. It's not a personal. Ceremony. It's an official ceremony. It's an official thing that is happening. So one thing we have to consider here is that from in that situation, Daksha is thinking because Shiva is my son-in-law, he has to pay obeisance, or he has to greet me, or at least he has to get to stand up and receive me. So that expectation is wrong here, right? Because this is not a personal event. This is not um, it's not their family event. So that's one thing we have to see. So he's saying that May Duhitur means he has that pride that my daughter, he has taken the hand of my daughter. So who is the daughter? That is Sati Devi. Uh, Sati is pure because of her qualities, not because she is the daughter of Daksha. So that thing should also be considered, right? Like if um, just to give a rough example, um, uh, yeah, just to give a rough example, let's say if Nanda Maharaj says that Krishna is so good because he was taken birth from me, right? It's not because Krishna by himself is supreme personality of Godhead. He has his qualities. He has not because he took the birth from yeah, this is a rough example, but just to create just to make this sentence meaningful, I'm just giving a rough example there, but like that he's taking the credit for the um, he's taking the credit for the beauty of or for the good characters or good qualities of Sati Devi. No, that's not the case here, right? May Dohitur, he's being he's taking credit for his daughter's good qualities. So that's not accepted. That's another thing. First thing is he's speaking in the it is not his personal event, so he cannot expect Lord Shiva to get up and um, receive him or pay obeisances to him or greet him in that thing, because Lord Shiva has his own position. And the second thing is like he's taking credit for all the good qualities of his daughter. His daughter by herself has good qualities, and at one point in the future, in the next verses, we'll get to know that she is ashamed of Daksha's activities. She is ashamed of her father Daksha offending Lord Shiva. She felt so ashamed that she abased herself in the next instance. So what we're trying to see here is like it's not the Medhuitur, he cannot show his pride, or he cannot consider himself to be the reason for all good qualities of Sati. Okay, the second reason. And the third reason is, um, if let's say if someone gets offended, it's not advisable, or it's not advised for him or her to blaspheme the other person in the public. This is the let's say when we say all the demigods and everyone has assembled here, at least 33,000 crores of sorry 33, yeah, we have all those, the count of demigods, 33 crores, and like all those demigods are there, and there are so many big personalities are there. So when we are in assembly, when we're in assembly of such a great people, so you take offense, but keep it to yourself for some time, and you can talk to him personally. Go not in the public, right? You cannot just chastise them in the public. So that is what is happening here. So what is happening? Daksha is considering Lord Shiva as his subordinate because Lord Shiva has married his daughter. That's one thing. And he on the second the next verse we see he has eyes like a monkey's. So he's attacking Lord Shiva on the personal features, right? On his appearance, on his activities. Okay. So he has eyes like a monkey's, yet he has married my daughter, whose eyes are just like those of deer cubs. So this is, as I said again and again, it's not a personal meeting. It's a official meeting where you cannot bring in the personal vengeance or personal envy into these meetings, right? So he has eyes like monkeys, and he has married daughter. Nevertheless, he did not stand up to receive me. So he got completely offended, nor did he think it fit to welcome me with sweet words. So that's what he's again pointing. And the third verse for today's, he's now bringing in, I had no desire to give my daughter to this person, right? Who is he bringing in? He's bringing the superiors into this conversation again. So like, if he has no desire to give the daughter to this person, who asked him to give the daughter to this person? That was Brahma. So Lord Brahma has requested or asked Daksha to give his daughter Sati to Lord Shiva. So what's happening here? Because of that vengeance or envy. So what is he saying? He's pulling in his superiors also in trouble. So Brahmaji might be thinking, why am I here in this position, right? At this place, first of all, because if some superior had asked you to do something and it didn't go well, you should talk to the superior personally. Okay, you asked, or you have to deal with it personally, not like bringing into the public, into the events like this, into the official meetings like this, right? This is all personal, so you cannot bring it to the public event. So this is he's saying that I had no desire to give my daughter to this person who has broken all the rules of civility. Because of not observing the required rules and regulations, he is impure, and is blaspheming, started blaspheming. But I was obliged to hand over my daughter to him, just as one teaches the messages of the Vedas to a Sudra. So he went to that level that yeah, Srila Prabhupada explains in this purport, a Shudra is forbidden to take lessons from the Vedas because a Sudra, due to his unclean habits, is not worthy to hear such instructions. So yeah, Vedas are pure. Vedas have knowledge. Vedas are uh, for the people who has some certain habits and certain livelihood or certain style of livelihood. It's not for everyone. Um, so Srila Prabhupada explains a very good example with this one, which is that if you want to attend a law school, or law college, you cannot attend law college unless you have a qualification to attend a law college. You should have completed your 10th, 12th, and you have cleared your exams and other requirements to attend the law college. You cannot just go and attend the law college. Similarly, if you want to read Vedas, if you want to read Vedas, Vedas are very special. They have their own uh, requirements to read the Vedas. So the Vedas are not for Shudras. Okay. So similarly, Daksha is thinking, Lord Shiva is not clean. Lord Shiva is not. He goes around with the spirits and devils and spirits and goblins and everything. So he is blaspheming Lord Shiva, that how can the person like that can get a hand of my daughter. So this he is again, and he's offended because Lord Shiva didn't get up. So he's saying that he's broken all the rules of civility because of not observing the required rules and regulations. He's impure. So he's telling, but I was obliged to hand over my daughter. So he's telling again, I was obliged. So why is he obliged? Then he's bringing in Brahmaji again into this to hand over my daughter to him, as one teaches the message of Vedas to Shudra. So he was forcing, and he's blaspheming the Brahmaji also on the other side, uh, by for his to satisfy his ego, or because he's hurt. Um, so he's bringing everyone into this, uh, into his vengeance, or into his blasphemy. So there is a verse in Bhagavad Gita says, 263 says that Krodhat bhavati sammoha, sammoha smriti vibrama, smriti pramshat buddhinasho, buddhinashat pranashyati. So from anger, delusion arises. Delusion means a false belief of judgment, right? You don't get a clear idea, you just get hazy in the judgment, and from delusion, from that haziness, the bewilderment of memory will happen, a state of extreme confusion or state of disarray with one's memory. That's the definition of bewilderment of memory. So when you have that disarray of memory, then the intelligence is lost, all the knowledge, what you have learned, or whatever the previous intelligence you had, you lose it. So from this loss of intelligence, what happens? One falls down. He doesn't know what to say or when to say and how to act. So all this intelligence is lost, and when that happens, he falls down. He falls down into this cycle of material world, a material pool, right? So that's what Krishna says. The other verse, which Krishna explains in 17:15, is Bhagavad Gita 17:15, is that Anadvega karam vakyam satyam priyahitam chayat swadhyayabhyasam bhyashanam chaiva vanmayam tapa uchyate. Austerity of speech consists in speaking words that are truthful, pleasing, beneficial, and not agitating to others, and also in regularly reciting Vedic literature. So Krishna says that there must be a vacho vegam, manasah krodha vegam, right? So Rupa Goswami says that also, vacho vegam. We have to have an austerity for the vacha, or the speech. The speech austerity is super important because when we lose that, we lose it. We are completely gone. So we have to have an austerity for the speech. So how does the austerity of speech uh, okay, what is the austerity of speech consists of? The austerity of speech consists of speaking words that are truthful, pleasing, beneficial, and not agitating to others, and also in regularly reciting Vedic literature. Reciting Vedic literature gives us knowledge, so that's a good thing. So truthful, pleasing, beneficial, and not agitating to others. So then if there is some kind of a complaint, or if there is some kind of something which you're not feeling well, or if you're not thinking that that is going correct, how do you correct others? So there is a big course for it. How to correct others is by itself another subject, but to just to make it simple, or to put it in one or two lines, I can say that, I mean, from what I have learned, that we can talk to the person, or the people who are not doing it right, on a personal basis, not blaspheming in front of everyone else, or finding faults in front of everyone else. We can talk to them personally. When you have that connection, when you have built that kind of relationship with that person or with the persons. If you don't have that relationship, if you think that by you telling the truth or by you telling that fault in them, they may take it in the wrong way, then it's better not to say. Okay, if we can't withheld or if we can withhold that, then at least say to their people who have good relation with them. Tell them and request them in a good way, pleasing way. Hey, this is what I found in him or her or them. So this is what I see in them. So can you have a good relationship with them? Can you pass on in a good way to them so that if they want, they will correct it? So that is the way. Maybe I'm wrong, but this is what it has to be done. Kind of information we have to give. Okay, so that's a pleasing way of like truthful pleasing. We can be pleasing there also, right? If when finding faults, sorry, when informing about the anything which you don't like from other people, it can be also done pleasingly. It doesn't have to be a harsh a tone or blaspheming in front of others, right? So there was see, offenses are super bad for the devotees, as we say that offenses towards the Lord can be it can be clarified or it can be wiped off by a proper chanting or surrendering to the Lord. Those can be cleared. But when the offense is made towards the devotees, that's dangerous for our bhakti. So the moment we unknowingly or knowingly, so we know the story of Rupa Goswami. Unknowingly, he was enjoying his pastimes and he was smiling, but the limping Brahmana who was passing by him, he thought Rupa Goswami is laughing at his limping. So then what happened? Rupa Goswami had to lose his bhava, like his vision of all those pastimes. For momentarily, he lost it. What I'm trying to say here is that the offenses, knowingly or unknowingly, are very dangerous for our bhakti. So we have to watch them, guard them, and if someone says that they have got offended, we have to deal with them personally, um, not like going out and speaking to others and telling about them and that kind of stuff. Okay, so this is for today, three verses. I'll stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Harikesha Prabhu. We'd like to wish everybody a safe and Krishna conscious day and week ahead. And we'd like to offer our prayers to the Supreme Lord by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shino Shingo, Jeno Shingo, Jeno Shingo, Praladesha Jaya Padmamukha Padmalingam. Ugraveera Mahavishnum Jalantam Sarvatomukham. Narshingam Bhishanam Badram Nityam Namamiham. Narshinga Bhagwana ki jai. Prahlad Maharaja ki jai. The Parna time for today is 9:03 to 10:19 a.m. 9:03 to 10:19 a.m. for breaking fast for Ekadasi. We'd like to offer our obeisances to all the assembled devotees. Vanchakalpatarubhayascha kripa sindhubhayavacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. ग्रंथ श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदे।
Hari Bol. Thank you, Hari. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you, Hari Bol.